This is 18 bursting Skittish Tyrannical.
The nobles have gathered in honor of the Grand Magistrates.
I don't know.
Our spies report that Elisande herself will attend.
Anything above, I don't know,
This presents
10
a
is
rare
probably too
opportunity
much.
to catch her away from her source of power. We'll take a side entrance to the grounds. Too many eyes are watching the front.
With bursting, it all depends on the group though. With bursting affixes, it all depends on the group. A lot of people actually skip the first side because it's not worth the... okay, maybe not. Like, it's not worth the time wasted because you have to kind of do this. Okay, we didn't bring it in, so... Oh, I forgot. Bursting. Oh, with bursting as a Resto Druid, you basically have to make sure you keep rejuvenations on nearly everyone at all times. And especially if there's bigger packs. Because if there's bigger packs that have less HP, they will... Like, you never know how many they're going to kill. Like, for example, that's only 2, which is absolutely perfectly fine. I think you can honestly do around 8. Always is helpful to DPS, but you can't really DPS that much. If you're running tier 20 as a Resto Druid, which you probably should be, tier 24 set and tier 19 2 set. Oh, this they're gonna AoE like crazy. The next pack. So that's gonna be fun, man. I'm gonna start pre-hotting now. What am I gonna use? Probably Ironbark on myself. Efflorescence is probably not gonna reach a lot of people. You see, Trank there was actually probably not even needed because I had HOTS on everyone. I had Essence of Ganir popped. I kind of pre-popped it a little too... Here for these ads, Ursoc Vortex is the key. And just keep moving. And you have to dispel that. If you don't dispel this, it's gonna be messed up. You see? I ran out of the range of the thing. He jumps to you and then he does this cleave around himself that puts a debuff. If everyone's grouped up, if like 3 people get that debuff, especially on fortified, you are screwed and it's GG. Because that you can only dispel 1 person at a time. If you and if you don't have, like, maybe Ice Block and Mage can Ice Block that. That debuff, honestly, on fortified especially, this is not fortified, but on fortified especially is a killer. I need to drink. Make sure to pre-drink. Drinking is... make sure to pre-drink before every pull. I have Shadow Meld, which I can actually... If I'm really stuck for mana, which probably not gonna happen, because it's not fortified. Tyrannical, on Tyrannical bosses, you can run out of mana on specific bosses. Like, I'm thinking about the last boss, that could be pretty bad. Like, when you have the free time, just pre-dot them. Just dot them up, you don't have to pre-dot them. Like, I mean, there's no healing to be done. Keep in mind that every time an ad dies, bursting is gonna pop up and you can't fall behind if you don't pre-hot enough. I have a fluorescence down, which is going to cover the 2 melee. I'm gonna stand in a fluorescence, but I don't want to stand too close to the ads because they do some cleave AoEs. I don't know how to do the pylons, man. It's the problemo. You can do the pylons, disable the pylons here. I don't usually disable the pylons. In here, the biggest thing here, if you don't have mass dispel, everyone's gonna get. Okay, I didn't pre-pot in time. This is Tyrannical, so this can be pretty problems. But as a range, stay max range. No ability is probably gonna reach you. Yeah, okay. And everyone's gonna get a dispel soon. You see? And then you have to jump.
Beware.
You see, I didn't. The mage didn't jump because he was hard casting Pyro, and he was willing to die for the hard cast there because I was dispelling the elemental shaman. Don't. Okay, you might not see the range here. So I have my fluorescence there healing the 2 melee. Okay. That was pretty unfortunate. I can't dispel the tank. Try and keep the dots on the boss, but make sure you like for this boss, like I mentioned. I'm gonna innovate myself because the tank is getting wrecked, and I want to do some sweet regrowths. Okay, I can't dispel it probably now.
Beware.
You see, I actually placed a fluorescence there right above us, and I swift mended. So he actually was covering 3 of us during the phase when everyone had the magic debuff. I'm pretty sure maybe I can get out of it with bear form. Let me check it out. The tank is getting hit. Maybe you can get out with bear form. I never really tested it out. There's a possibility that you can get out of bear form. If you can, that's probably the best way to do it. Keep your dots on them. I don't have Feral Affinity for this, so I can't really go into melee. You need to dispel, or you need to interrupt suppress. I think it doesn't happen that many times, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's the charging station. It might have been charged. You need to dispel just everything. Dispel everything for this. I could be putting a fluorescence down and going into melee form. Into cat form in DPSing, but like I said, I don't really have it. I'm using Grant Deceiver's design just for the tank healing, but because it's a DK tank, there's going to be a lot of self-healing the DK does. That most likely you don't even have to worry about the tank. If you have a good DK tank, you most likely won't have to use things like the Legendary Belt, or it should be all fine. There is a hard pack here, the Bridge pack, which has a lot of ads. I'm actually not even noticing Skittish here. I'm actually not even noticing Skittish here at all. For imps, you can do a specific thing where you actually Ursog Vortex and then you push them away, which interrupts, pushes them. Like, I'll try and do it for, not these imps, the next imp packs. I'm fluorescing, you can see the minute I'm gonna start taking damage, which is probably gonna be very soon, I'm gonna Swift Mend and Wild Growth with my Soul of the Forest buff. This should actually cover most of the healing here. It should be no problem. I'm gonna, okay, someone got one-shotted there. They got one-shotted there, which was probably due to, like, that's actually pretty insane that someone got one-shotted. There was no interrupt there. The next 2 ads are super easy. It doesn't really matter. These ads are they don't really affect anything. They're gonna do the bridge ads. Make sure you pre-hot, just because bursting is coming giving the stacks, but you can see bursting runs out. It really doesn't matter. Just a single wild growth should be fine if you don't want to waste too much mana. Unfortunately, you can't drink. You can only drink afterwards now. So if your tank pulls really fast, you might be stuck in mana issues, because bursting is really annoying in terms of drinking after pulls. How are you interrupting these? So I put Orsoc Vortex here. It's fine, you can get it. So you saw that was like one way of doing. I'm gonna pop a Fluorescence Agania just because most of the deaths that do happen on this will happen at the start or will happen about 5 seconds into it. Okay, I actually precasted Essence Agania too. I'm gonna Swiftmend my. I'm gonna Swiftmend again. So my Fluorescence is doing a lot of healing right now. I'm gonna move it because I don't care about mana. Oh no, dude, that thing just pulled. Okay, it didn't get interrupted. It was literally, it didn't interrupt on it was basically, the ad wasn't interrupted at the start and I was kind of mistaken. I was standing in front of it. This is going to be annoying as hell. I'm gonna Wild Growth with Flourish. I'm gonna maintain, and Essence Agania came back up, which is good because right now we're getting a lot of, and I'm just gonna regrowth everyone who's low. And now again, Swiftman is back up. Just one Wild Growth should be more than enough for most of the stuff. Need to rejuvenate everyone here because it's gonna do... now? We're gonna do Enforcer. The problem with Enforcer is he can do, or she can do, a tons of AoE, and you need to make sure when she casts, which is right now, you go out of range. The tank can survive this. This is not fortified, so it should be fine. For this okay, this was pretty annoying. Doing it right now. Zakara got hit, you can see it. Fluorescence here is really your friend. I'm gonna Flourish as well, just in case. It really doesn't matter. And when you have spare time, Moonfire, Sunfire, just help out tiny, like any amount for healing. I'm not gonna use my Essence Agania, just came back up. I'm not gonna use this Agania because it's not gonna be enough. The ad is gonna die before. Wow, that's unfortunate. But it's fine. It's not tyrannical. It's not fortified. On fortified, this would be pretty annoying. This boss right here is one of the easiest bosses, mini bosses ever. She only does this AoE. You see this? AoE on the ground, melee AoE that you can't face. If I was Kitty, I would be just avoiding that. But besides that, this is purely just a DPS. So we're pulling more, which is completely understandable because this pack is really not that hard. But you can see that Hayo is getting Wreck City. I'm thinking about popping Essence Agania. Probably not worth it. I'm replacing a Fluorescence because everyone's kinda ignoring it. Hayo got a magic debuff. I'm gonna Swiftman just to account for the thing. So the healer ad lets you do it. I'm doing it now. So just a Wild Growth. A Fluorescence still back up. It's gonna heal everyone up. I don't even need to worry. I should be DPSing.
Check out that noise.
I keep forgetting that I can't get mana. This ad is actually pretty annoying. You see, it's selecting the tank right now. So the tank is going to be taking a lot of damage, and the tank's damage itself is going to be reduced, and the tank is also going to, like, the person is going to be slowed. So you can actually shadow meld this from what I remember. If you have target frames, okay, Zakara got picked. Now the Zakara needs a lot of healing, which I need to focus on. You need to be ready to heal the person who gets selected. You can see on my raid frames here, the DK is selected, so the minute someone else gets selected, Susuma is selected. Susuma can ice block. He's not doing it though. Maybe ice block was off cooldown. It's mainly because the damage reduction that you get from it as well. So Hayo is getting selected, and I have Swiftman, which is really important to have Swiftman here in case someone gets really low, because people can get low on this. Make sure you have mana for everything. Invis here and just go past this. This is one of the best ways to go around. The Enforcer here, we're not gonna be able to hide here, or are we? No. Or at least I didn't hide in time, but it's fine. It's not fortified. The damage, on fortified, the damage here can be pretty insane. I don't think I want to use Essence of Ganir. I don't think I want to prolong my. I don't want to use Flourish as well. It's not worth it. Everyone's hiding except for the melee, which is fine. You can try and put some DPS out. Yeah. I want to do this later on. Oh shit, man. I'm actually... Wait, I can't... I'm stunned. I'm gonna use Trank here, just to cover some of the damage, but probably tomorrow. In the morning. Okay. Yeah. It's only the initial eyes that do so much damage that I actually use Trank, which probably was a safe way to do it. I do want to keep Trank for the next boss, because the next... I'm not gonna have Trank for the next boss most likely. So that's actually kind of annoying. All this boss does a stun in front of it, so you just don't stand in front of it. That's it. If you're deep melee DPS, you just stay behind and you go ham. We need 5% of mobs, so you need to make sure, like, you know, you have 100% before doing the bosses. I'm pretty off guard here because I haven't rejuvenated everyone, but it should be fine. I'm placing a fluorescence. Not everyone's staying in a fluorescence, which is pretty annoying. Like the eyes are out now, so you can see they're gonna do AoE damage. I'm swift mending, so I'm swift mending the lowest person. I can't really put my fluorescence in the right position because we're moving the ads, but it was no need anyway. I'm trying to DPS as much as I can right now. Without kitty form, I feel like it almost feels like you're doing nothing, to be completely honest. And at the end of the day, if people are dying, or
5, 4, 3, 2,
I'm
1.
using Potion of Prolonged Power before it. The important parts here, you need to interrupt the boss, because if you don't interrupt the boss, it's gonna give you a debuff on everyone that's going to increase the, I think, the fire damage taken. So it can actually be really messed up, like that debuff here. Right now, everyone stacks up. Okay, that was really bad.
More kindling for the bonfire. It will amuse me to watch you melt.
I'm really struggling here, keeping up the odds here, actually. I have, I'm putting stone bark or iron bark. I'm gonna use flourish here. I don't want to use trank, but I'm probably gonna use trank to catch up on the healing. I'm gonna use trank to catch up on the healing. We're gonna stack here. Okay, this is really fucked up. This is really messed up right now. So everyone's taking a bit more increase. I'm dispelling one by one if I can. But you can see the amount of damage they be taking. My mana is really freaking low. So I most likely will need to get some kind of a mana.
It will amuse me to watch you melt.
Beware.
I'm using essence.
It will amuse me to watch you melt.
Beware.
I'm basically out of mana. I'm trying to cast Wild Growth here, but this is pretty nightmarish. I actually didn't anticipate this much amount of damage happening. This was 1.8 million. This was 1.8 million healing done, which is pretty insane actually. I didn't think it was gonna be this much.
I will check your disguise. Refuse latent magic just to avoid drawing attention to yourself with wild accusations.
Mail, Cape, Light West. Okay, I'm actually low on mana, so I'm gonna get some mana back. Those ads don't cause bursting, they're just really... It's because Tyrannical, the last boss is gonna be really hectic as well. This ad is not gonna... The thing here, if you want to do it quick, the healer usually, right before the ad is about to die, a mobile healer will go to the door straight afterwards, like about 10% or something. So about 10% I'm gonna be running. It's probably the fourth one or the third one. So I should be fine now to go. Maybe not. I'm a bit worried about the next one. Just don't die. So it's 2% on the thing. They're gonna open up the key and I can click this. There you go, and this is how you do it on a faster runs to enable it. I'm not using balance at the moment for this. I'm using Pridus and the Ring. So this is going to be a really annoying fight, because it's Tyrannical. It can be like 5 or 6 healing cooldown waves, like where you need some hardcore healing. I'm gonna I potion a prolonged power a bit too early. Try and stand in the green circle if you can.
If you blink, you bleed.
I don't need it right now. I'm gonna put the thing on myself. You have to make sure you avoid everything. And the furthest character away from... Okay, now after this one is gonna be the... After this one is gonna be the first AoE wave. Which, wow, you can see this. It's already doing a little bit.
Beware.
It's fine. You need to avoid these waves. So now you have to start doing it. I'm gonna use Innervate. I'm gonna pre-hot and I'm gonna use Essence of Ganir. And I'm gonna Swift Mend anyone who's super low. You don't have to worry too much about this right now. But next one, I'm probably gonna Trank. Next one I'm probably going... Maybe not. Maybe not the next one.
Bleed for the Grand Magistrates.
Beware.
That was super close. You're gonna have to use cooldowns after this one.
Beware.
If you blink, you bleed.
Beware.
I use the healing potion there, just to prevent myself from dying. Next one is gonna be completely Trank. You need to keep avoiding shit. I can't dispel it. Okay, this... What is it?
If you blink,
No, I'm gonna use Trank next one.
Beware.
another victim of my artistry. I will speed you towards your demise.
Dude, the Trank didn't even save.
Beware.
I don't have anything for the next one.
Bleed.
Beware.
By 1,000 cuts. I will speed you towards your demise.
Beware.
2 minutes.
Bleed for the Grand Magistrates.
Beware.
By 1,000 cuts.
Dear
If you
Lord.
blink, you bleed.
Beware.
Bleed for the Grand
We can still do it.
By
Beware.
1,000 cuts. Bleed for the Grand Magistrates.
I'm completely out of mana though.
I will speed you towards your demise.
I'm gonna use Iron Bike on the next one.
By
Beware.
1,000 cuts.
And I'm gonna go into bear form. I went to the bear form. Yeah, I have Innervate, which I used at the wrong time, to be completely honest.
Beware.
Again, the tank can soak these.
Bleed for the Grand Magistrate.
I'm gonna use...
Beware.
Slices to the bone.
I'm gonna use bear form and I'm gonna go into it.
If you blink, you bleed.
Beware.
That's just...
Bleed for the Grand Magistrates. By
Beware.
1,000 cuts.
I'm using bear form and frenzy regen, which is
If you
doing
blink,
really
you
nice.
bleed.
Beware.
Bleed for the Grand Magistrix. Elisand, forgive me.
Ah. Yeah,
We may have missed our chance at the Grand Magistrix tonight.
probably
but her
would have done it
time
on
will.
time.